The Toronto Raptors just took a harsh lesson from the Boston Celtics, and it's one that could spell serious trouble as the playoffs loom on the horizon. Falling 115 to 101 on the road, the Raptors now find themselves in a precarious position as they eye a potential first-round series against a formidable opponent. Currently, Toronto holds the number 7 seed, while the Celtics have firmly established themselves at number 2. The Celtics have shown relentless consistency throughout the season, while the Raptors appear to be plateauing after a promising first half. As we dive deeper into a possible matchup, it's crucial to note that the regular season series was anything but friendly to the Raptors. Boston swept Toronto, winning each encounter by a margin of 8 points or more. Their latest victory stands as a stark reminder of the gap between these two teams this year. The Celtics are not just a well-oiled machine. They boast one of the best dynamic duos in the league, with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown leading the charge. Tatum, having battled through a torn Achilles, has returned to the lineup, injecting life and championship aspirations into the Celtics campaign. On the Raptors side, the identity they've built revolves around a fluid offense that thrives on ball movement. Ranking first in fast break points per game at 18.5 and second in assists, Toronto's strategy hinges on ramping up the tempo against Boston. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The Celtics have proven to be a nightmare in the paint, demolishing the Raptors with a staggering 76 points in the paint during their last clash. With Toronto lacking significant size, the anticipated return of Nikola Vucevic from finger surgery may not be enough to level the playing field. Emerging as a beacon of hope for the Raptors is Jacoby Walter, who has stepped up as a secondary creator within the bench unit. Leading the Raptors with 16 points in their last meeting, Walter's ability to maintain that level of scoring in the playoffs could drastically enhance Toronto's chances. However, the onus also falls on Brandon Ingram and R.J. Barrett to effectively contain Tatum and Brown if Toronto wants to stand a chance in this series. For the Raptors to be competitive, Barrett must limit his turnovers, and Ingram must decisively win his individual scoring matchups. The Raptors are undeniably underdogs in a potential playoff series against the Celtics, or any top-tier team for that matter. Their struggles against elite opponents have been widely documented and are a glaring concern. To flip the script, the Raptors must double down on their defensive intensity and continue to utilize their speed on offense. If they can manage to snatch a game from the Celtics, the psychological shift could put immense pressure on Boston to perform, especially when playing on the road. As the Raptors prepare for this pivotal moment in their season, every game, every play, every possession will count. They need to harness their strengths while addressing their weaknesses if they hope to make a splash in the playoffs. The narrative is set, and the stakes are high. What unfolds next could determine the fate of this Raptors squad in the postseason. Now, let's transition to our next topic, where we'll delve into the latest roster updates and how these changes could influence the Raptors' playoff performance. The Toronto Raptors are at a critical juncture in their season, grappling with a disheartening reality against the league's elite. Following a disappointing loss to the Boston Celtics, the Raptors now find themselves with a staggering 1-10 record against the top 3 seeds in the Eastern Conference: the Pistons, Celtics, and Knicks. This isn't merely a statistical anomaly. It's a glaring indication of the challenges they face as they aim for playoff success. The Raptors' recent performance has seen them tumble into the play-in group in the Eastern standings, a stark contrast to their earlier season positioning. A particularly painful home defeat at the hands of the Kings, a game where they were soundly out-rebounded 48-32, has left fans questioning the resilience and depth of this squad. The Kings, led by former Raptor Precious Achiuwa, dominated the boards, grabbing 19 offensive rebounds, a statistic that cannot be overlooked. Without adequate secondary rim protection behind Jakob Poeltl, the Raptors are vulnerable, particularly when defensive rebounding is critical. This loss raises serious doubts about their ability to make any playoff noise if they can't even compete with teams like the Kings. While it's true that the Raptors have 2 all-star caliber players in Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes, the inconsistency in their performances is alarming. The Raptors have been touted as having improved in clutch situations this season, but their recent outing against the Celtics starkly contrasts that narrative. The playoffs demand a different level of execution and composure, and with the game slowing down in that environment, the Raptors may find themselves outmatched if they can't adapt their style. Barnes must elevate his defensive game, and Ingram needs to take on the mantle of primary scorer, driving the team forward when it matters most. Looking ahead, the next 2 games against the Miami Heat are pivotal. Separated by just 2 games in the standings, these matchups are not just games. They are potential turning points in the season. The Raptors' stumble in the second half has been exacerbated by injuries, but at full strength, this team boasts a formidable defense, one that can disrupt many offensive schemes. The Raptors need to reclaim their identity as a transition team, especially against the high-octane style the Heat are known for. The skepticism reflected in power rankings is palpable, yet the Raptors still control their destiny. These upcoming games are crucial if they aim to secure a favorable position for the playoffs rather than being relegated to the play-in tournament. Each game now carries significant weight as they battle not just for wins, but to solidify their standing in a fiercely competitive Eastern Conference. As we turn our attention to the upcoming matchups, the importance of getting players back to full health cannot be overstated. The Raptors must ensure they feel their strongest lineup possible as they head into what could be a make-or-break stretch. The pressure is on. It will be fascinating to see how this team responds. With the stakes this high, all eyes will be on Toronto in the coming days as they look to assert their place in the playoff picture. Let's transition to our next topic, where we delve deeper into the implications of the Raptors' current struggles on their playoff aspirations and what adjustments they might need to make moving forward.